Long Ting shouted loudly, if I say it, it has to be done. The name of his subordinate turned pale with fear. Yes, Brother Long, you're wise, you're wise. He yelled, still standing there, hurry up and go. He immediately obeyed. I'm going right now. Long Ting gently sat down on the chair, reminding himself, calm down, as long as second brother returns, we will definitely be able to kill him. But why does it feel like it's not as simple as that? Thinking of Tian Shen's gaze, he became quite panicked. He reassured himself, damn it, why am I thinking like this? No, how could I be afraid of that guy? He slammed his hand hard on the table to regain his composure. How could it be like this? I won't accept it. In my whole life, Long Ting has never been afraid of anyone. That's right, everything in this world is for me, Long Ting, to toy with, there's no mistake. Long Ting was forcing a smile, but the fear and anxiety were still clearly visible on his face. That's right, I will defeat Zhuo Tianshan, uncover the secret of his strength, and finally become the undefeated ruler of this world. A voice suddenly spoke, are you afraid? Hearing Luo Xiaoyu say this, his face turned dark. You're afraid of Zhuo Tianshan, afraid that he will kill you, afraid of death, afraid because you can't predict whether you can defeat Tianshan or not. Although Luo Xiaoyu's life was in his hands, she still dared to provoke him without any hesitation. Long Ting, embarrassed to the point of anger, could no longer maintain the calm demeanor he once had. Nonsense, Long Ting has never been afraid of anyone. Luo Xiaoyu continued, Long Ting, you've committed so many crimes, countless people want you dead, so today, even if you lose your life, no one will come to your rescue. He retorted, don't dream, how could Zhuo Tianshan kill me? Even if he comes here, so what? I still have you as a hostage, I can still escape. He suddenly realized something wasn't right. Long Ting let out a sigh, trying to regain his composure. He stood arrogantly in front of her, stop barking nonsense, you're just wasting your breath, I'm not afraid. Luo Xiaoyu mocked, is that so? Are you sure you're not afraid? His eyes were blurry with fear, but he still forced a smile, afraid? Of course I'm not afraid. Ha ha. His hands trembled, I'm not afraid of him at all. Suddenly, the intercom crackled with an urgent message, Brother Long, it's bad. Zhuo Tianshan is breaking in. Long Ting was startled, what? Long Ting was frozen with fear. Below, Tianshan had used enhanced strength to break through the wall. Long Ting, come out here. Two zombies greeted Tianshan. Long Ting looked at the screen and stammered, he's here, he's here. His face turned pale. He's here. The zombies rushed out when they saw their prey. Tianshan stood on a high branch, watching this scene and sighed, looks like Long Ting has a hobby of raising zombies, huh? He leapt down quickly, humph, quick battle, quick victory. Long Ting looked at the screen in indignation, cheating, I refuse to accept this. All my zombies have been released by him, there's no way he can win. Ha ha. Long Ting was still stubborn, refusing to admit defeat. Luo Xiaoyu saw the situation and advised, you should surrender now. He slapped her hard, causing her face to turn sideways, shut up. What does this matter to you? Long Ting angrily threatened her, let me tell you, even if I die, don't think you'll survive either. Luo Xiaoyu glared at him with a face flushed with hatred. Tianshan had defeated all the first-level Jiangshi, and only 3 second-level Jiangshi were left approaching. He thought, it seems Long Ting still has a few backup trump cards. Long Ting looked at the screen, scared out of his wits, but still trying to maintain his pride. He said, Zhuo Tianshan, as long as you surrender, I'll consider making you my right-hand man. Otherwise, I guarantee you'll end up as the waste left by the monsters. Tianshan asked him again, Long Ting, are you really this stupid or just pretending? It seems you've forgotten your place right now. Long Ting cursed, damn it. Tianshan, while fighting, said, the one who should be afraid and surrender is you. With just one punch, he knocked away 3 second-level Jiangshi with his second-stage evolution full power fist. His punch had grown much stronger, and with this full-force blow, the second-level Jiangshi couldn't resist. Finally, I have begun to tap into the power from my past life. Tianshan moved forward, now it's your turn, Long Ting. Long Ting sat in the chair, looking exhausted, having lost all hope. It's over, it's too late. Terrified, he could only mutter, it's over, it's over. One of his subordinates reported, Brother Long, it's not good, Zhou Tianchen has broken in, he can't be killed by bullets, we can't stop him. Long Ting broke into a sweat, his face blank, but Luo Xiaoyu now had hope of surviving. Long Ting stood up, but he couldn't keep his balance and had to lean on the table. He walked over to Luo Xiaoyu, I think I told you before, if I die, I won't die alone. Long Ting wrapped his hand with cloth, took a red gemstone, and handed it to Luo Xiaoyu, here, eat this for me. He twisted her mouth into a cruel smile, and she still wanted to resist. What? I'm not eating. He shoved it into her mouth. Pity you don't have the right to choose. Then, he grinned like an animal, ha ha. Afterward, Long Ting quickly covered her mouth to prevent Luo Xiaoyu from speaking. At that moment, Tian Shen had arrived at the scene. He knocked Long Ting out first, then rushed to Luo Xiaoyu's side, Teacher Luo, Teacher Luo. But now Luo Xiaoyu was no longer Teacher Luo, she had transformed. Tian Shen got furious with the beast like Long Ting, you bastard. Did you make her eat a piece of the meteorite? Long Ting laughed uncontrollably, ha, others turn into monsters just by touching it, yet she ate that flawed piece, who knows what kind of freak she'll turn into. Long Ting sat down, gleefully, I must say, I'm really looking forward to it. Ha ha. Tian Shen, enraged, Long Ting, so you really want to die? I'll make sure you die right now. Long Ting warned him, I think you should be more cautious of what's behind you. Luo Xiaoyu, behind him, had turned into a dark monster. The black monster had knocked him down, but Tian Shen managed to hold on to avoid injury. He realized, that's black armor, an extremely rare mutated form. The mutated person still retains human consciousness, but their body gets covered in armor scales. I didn't expect Teacher Luo to have used the power of a piece of the meteorite to mutate into black armor. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. I have to find a way to take the piece of the meteorite from her chest, or else Teacher Luo will keep being this aggressive. Long Ting still slowly and hatefully glared at Tian Shen. Tian Shen felt a bit bothered, damn, this guy is really lucky. The black monster jumped up from below, and the two of them fought fiercely with no one yielding. Taking advantage of their struggle, Long Ting ran into the forest, it's over, Long Ting is going to escape. Tian Shen had no choice but to apologize to Luo Xiaoyu, sorry. He thrust his hand straight through her chest, successfully finding the piece of the meteorite. He pulled the piece of the meteorite from her body, and she collapsed. Without the piece of the meteorite, she's finally quiet. Tian Shen supported the unconscious Luo Xiaoyu. Normally, a person would die if stabbed through the chest, but the black armor mutation can heal in just a few minutes. Next, I'll go find Long Ting and settle the score. Tian Shen carried Luo Xiaoyu on his shoulder and went to find Long Ting. He was running through the forest, irritated, damn it, what kind of joke is this? What kind of monsters are you guys? He stubbornly hoped, I must find Scar and second brother, there's still a chance to turn the tables. But a single line extinguished that hope, you have no more chances. Long Ting looked up, and in front of him were Gao Fei and Luo Lan. Lin Shang, Li Yun, and their teammates were behind him. Lin Shang spoke sternly, Long Ting, you're as good as dead, and you're still resisting? Li Yun smiled like a victor and asked him, do you recognize these two? Scar and second brother had been captured by Lin Shang, Brother Long, we've fallen into a trap. Lin Shang ordered, tie them all up, take them back for a public execution. Li Yun took pleasure in it, that's my kind of fun. Lin Shang seemed to still have something up his sleeve. He slowly raised his head and let out a savage laugh, haha, Lin Shang, do you think you've won? Lin Shang, carrying Luo Xiaoyu on his shoulder, had found their location. Long Ting concluded, alright, everyone's here now. When Gao Fei and Luo Lan couldn't get in touch with Tian Shen, they asked, Tian Shen, are you okay? Luo Lan asked, Brother Tian Shen, how is Teacher Luo? Tian Shen replied, it's a long story, I'll explain later. Tian Shen reminded Lin Shang, Leader Lin, be careful, there might be a trap. Lin Sheng acknowledged, that's right, this Long Ting can't be predicted by normal reasoning. Leader Lin ordered, fall back, stay away from him. Everyone immediately retreated, distancing themselves from Long Ting. He laughed arrogantly, fall back, do you think you can retreat? He had an explosive device attached to his body, and he wasn't going to die alone. I told you, if I die, everyone dies with me. Tian Shen deduced, that's a detonator, we can't let him die. Leader Lin repeated, a detonator. He laughed, his face twisted with a savage expression, as if he were about to perish. Long Ting pulled out a gun and shot himself in the temple to end his life. The detonator was activated. In an instant, a massive explosion occurred. The dam broke apart, and water rushed out in torrents. The water flowed so fast that it seemed ready to submerge the entire forest. Tian Shen and Gao Fei were in a panic, and just seconds later, the group was swept away by the rushing water. Tian Shen worried, it's over. The water is rushing so fast, the whole group is being carried away by the flood. Gao Fei desperately waved his hand, calling for help, Tian Shen, I can't swim. Tian Shen encouraged, Gao Fei, hang in there. Luolan clung to a tree trunk, swimming closer to where Gao Fei was, and called out, Gao Fei, over here. Seeing a large rock about to fall onto Tian Shen, Luolan warned him, watch out behind you, Tian Shen. But it was too late. The rock fell with a splash, submerging Tian Shen. He was pushed down to the bottom of the water. At that moment, a hand grabbed his and pulled him up. Luo Xiaoyu had managed to drag him to the surface. A container truck was driving down the road. Tian Shen, sitting in the truck bed, slowly opened his eyes, regaining consciousness. He wondered, where is this? A beautiful girl sitting beside him looked at him with concern, you're awake. Tian Shen, startled, sat up and asked, where am I? And who are you? The girl smiled and introduced herself, you can call me Lin Xin. We found you unconscious on the road. It seems you came from Ji County. There was a flood there the other day. Tian Shen responded, oh, right, I'm from Ji County. It was then that he remembered, it must have been Long Ting. He triggered the explosion at the dam, causing the flood. I got hit on the head by a falling rock, lost consciousness, and sank underwater. Tian Shen asked further, did you see anyone else? She shook her head, no. Were you separated from your group? Tian Shen was lost in thought, this is not good, I have to find Gao Fei and Luo Brat, and also teacher Luo and Leader Lin, I wonder how they are doing. Seeing that he didn't say anything, Xin asked, are you worried about your friends? I guess it's impossible to find them now. The man sitting next to him, with a large scar on his face, said pessimistically, I think you should just give up. It looks like your group has probably been swept away by the flood. Xin scolded him for his harsh words, Li Wui, why are you saying that? Isn't he just really unlucky? He emotionlessly lit a cigarette, unlucky? Tell me, in this world, is there anyone who's not unlucky? He put the cigarette in his mouth, tucked the lighter into his pocket, and patted Tian Shen on the shoulder, kid, you're really too young. Wui pulled out a gun and lectured, look carefully, if you want to survive in this harsh hell, you'll need a gun and bullets, no sympathy. Tian Shen didn't want to argue with him and stayed silent. Lin Xin tried to stop him, Li Wui, don't say anymore, he's still very upset. He rebutted, what are you thinking? In this world, if you want to survive, you have to think big and act big. This kid is too naive. The car suddenly braked, causing the three of them to lurch forward due to inertia. Tian Shen caught Xin and helped her sit back down before shoving the other guy, sending him crashing to the floor, his gun flying out of his hand. Li Wui shouted, damn it, is this kid crazy or something? Let me go. The car stopped. It's time to eat. Everyone, get off the car. The five of them grabbed bowls and chopsticks, sitting in a circle around the fire. The pot of noodles was boiling vigorously and looked very appetizing. Li Wui and Lin Xin stared intently at Tian Shen, while the other two just froze in place. Tianchen didn't care about their stares and continued eating voraciously, as if he had been starving. Li Wui asked Qin Qin, how many bowls has he eaten already? Qin Qin replied, probably 5 by now. He frowned and muttered, damn it. This guy didn't show any restraint. He pointed his finger directly at Tianchen's face. Are you done yet, kid? Have you had your fill after finishing our portions? Qin Qin spoke up for Tianchen, he's really been unconscious for so long. Being hungry is normal. Wu Yi was angry. You call that normal? Tianchen, feeling a bit awkward after eating so much, just looked down. Li Wui stood up abruptly and called out to Qin Qin, kid, come here right now. I need to talk to you. The others looked at him in confusion as he called for all of them, you all too. Come meet me first. One person in the group awkwardly smiled and said to Tianchen, brother, just keep eating, and if you're still hungry, there's more on the vehicle. Tianchen thanked him, thanks, but I'm good. He had finished his bowl and set it down. He thought to himself, finally, I have enough strength. Using the ultimate move in the second stage consumes a lot of energy, so as I level up, I'll need to eat even more. Tianchen sat cross-legged and began circulating his internal energy to recover. He looked at his hand and told himself, I need to reach level 3 as soon as possible. If I can get to level 3, I'll be able to absorb the lost energy. But if I stay at level 2, I might end up as a wreck from exhaustion. Then he sighed. From the corner, he could hear them shouting loudly from the other side, he should just get lost. That brat hasn't done anything and yet gets to eat more than all 4 of us combined. Li Wui, seeing that Tianchen was useless but still eating so much, wanted to kick him out. However, Lin Qin Qin disagreed, he's still exhausted. He was unconscious for so long, so eating more is normal. Li Wui felt that it was none of his business, I'm not his father, why should I care about him? Qin Qin pleaded with Li Wui, let him stay with us, you're not planning to kill him here, are you? Another person waved his hand, wanting to maintain peace, come on, forget it, it's better for us if there are more people anyway. He still wouldn't relent, fine, then next time you can share your portion with him. Tianchen, having overheard the conversation, calmly approached and asked, where are you all planning to go? I heard everything you just said. Tell me where you're going, and then I'll consider whether to come along. Lin Qin Qin, worried that he might feel left out, said, don't misunderstand, we'll never abandon you. It's impossible. Li Wui bluntly said, to be honest, we have a camp in Longhua City. Of course, the camp doesn't need useless freeloaders, so you don't need to follow us. Qin Qin felt indignant on Tianchen's behalf, why did you say that? Li Wui replied, what's wrong with what I said? Tianchen asked back, Longhua, is it the power called Hongyi? Wui was surprised, how do you know that? Just as Tianchen thought, I knew it. He recalled the past, May 14th, the day I can never forget, and all those trash from Hongyi. Tianchen made his decision, I will follow you to Longhua City, and then I will leave on my own. What do you think? Qin Qin thought, it will be very dangerous for you to go alone in this situation. She spoke up, you should come with us to the camp. Longhua City is extremely dangerous, and if you go alone, it will be hard to survive. Wu Yi disagreed, Qin Qin, have you forgotten? Our camp doesn't take in useless people. Qin Qin replied, but we can't leave him alone. Tianchen turned to walk away, forget it, I will go alone. If I reach Longhua, I'll have to revise my plans a little. Qin Qin grabbed his arm, all right, we will follow your lead. Now, come with us to Longhua, and we'll talk later. Although the remaining food is limited, adding a few more people won't hurt. Li Wui reluctantly agreed, fine, you can come with us, but only to Longhua. Don't change your mind. Qin Qin extended her hand in greeting, now we're teammates. Can you tell me your name? Tianchen extended his hand to shake his new teammates, Zhua Tianchen. Tianchen recalled the past, Jinyu was holding a sword, covered in wounds, yet he still stood proud, fearless of both heaven and earth. Zhao Lin supported him beneath the stairs and shouted loudly, "Zhang Jinyu, hurry up, there's no time left." But he didn't run. He simply replied gently, "There's not much time left, you two should go ahead." He smiled at them one last time, then turned to continue fighting the zombies. Zhao Lin and Tianqin shouted loudly, Zhang Jinyu, come back here." Despite being injured, Tianqin stretched out his hand to pull him back. "Don't go." Suddenly, he woke up. Tianqin was sitting inside the container truck when he heard someone counting, 492, 493, 494, 495, 496, 497, 498. It turned out that Li Wui was working out. Tianqin stepped down from the truck just as Wui finished his workout and stood up. He was shirtless, revealing a muscular body with firm abs and toned arms. Tianqin looked at him, evaluating. Overall, by these standards, this guy's strength is almost at the first level of evolution. The virus has been spreading for over 2 months now, and Li Wuyi's power is at a fairly decent level. Wui put his shirt back on. Seeing Tianqin staring at him, he became full of himself and said, "Kid, are you admiring me? You'd better not be jealous. If you train like me, one day you'll have a fraction of what I have." Tianqin shook his head and thought, people with good talent can break through even without the support of breathing techniques. So, what about those with extraordinary talent? Xin called out, "Li Wui, come here quickly." Wui replied, "I'll be right there." The two of them discussed their upcoming plan. Our initial goal was to reach Ji County, but there was a major flood there recently. It seems we'll have to change our destination. Xin reassured him, "Don't worry too much, this mission isn't about gathering additional resources, but rather about securing a new supply point. We still have time." Wui was still hesitant. The essentials are also very important. This journey will definitely require a lot of fuel and food. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if we end up returning empty-handed? Xin answered, "What about the Longhua service station? We can rest there overnight, plus they have food and necessary supplies." Tianqin was stunned. The Longhua service station? Wui, noticing Tianqin's loud reaction, quickly admonished him, "You brat, what if there's someone spying on us?" Xin interjected, "There's no need to be so cautious. We're not discussing any top-secret matters. We're just planning to go to the Longhua service station. Do you know where it is?" Tianqin replied, "I've never heard of it, but it sounds a bit familiar." "You think, how could I not know?" Longhua service station is the largest and most modern service station in Longhua City, extremely famous. Wui crosses his arms and scolds, "You little rascal, you should get out more, stop staying at home playing games. You don't even know Longhua service station, how pathetic." He proudly recounts his own experience. "Back in the day, I, Wui, cycled all around this nation and I've seen all the service stations." Xin feels embarrassed for him. He's also somewhat accomplished, but he really likes to exaggerate. "Hope you don't mind." Tianqin sympathetically says, "It's fine, I understand." He rests his head against the wall and thinks, Longhua service station, what a coincidence. In my previous life, the first sharp claw monster I encountered was at Longhua service station. Among all the level 2 infected, the sharp claw monster is the strongest, with strength almost on par with a level 3 infected. But right now, it's still no match for me. Moreover, if I can defeat the sharp claw monster, I can also obtain that item. Tianqin stretches out his hand and thinks. Xin misunderstands and places a red bean cake into his open hand. "Here." He's so clueless, it's a red bean cake. Xin smiles at him, "You must be hungry, right? Have a bite. We'll eat something else for lunch later." Tianqin thanks her, "Thank you." Tianqin bit a piece of bread and asked, "Oh, do you all have weapons?" Xin asked, "Weapons? What kind of weapons?" Tianqin explained, "You said you came from the barracks. If you didn't bring any weapons, how could you have made it here safely?" He added, "If we really encountered a sharp claw monster there, I wouldn't be able to protect them. They'll have to use their weapons to defend themselves." Shin opened a large crate, revealing it was filled with guns. You don't need to worry, as long as we don't run into a large horde of zombies, this amount of weapons should be enough, right? She handed him a stick. Oh, here, take this to protect me. Tianchen took the item. This is really a good item. Amid the messy surroundings, Shin sighed, this place looks like a formation created by humans to stop zombies. It seems like someone else got here before us. Tianchen thought, is someone here? That means the sharp claw monster hasn't appeared yet. Wooey stepped off the vehicle. Why bother worrying about it? Let's just go inside quickly. He assigned tasks, you two stay here and guard the car. The two responded, got it. Wooey continued, Shin, you little brat, come with me inside. All three of them were ready. Wooey felt something unusual and reminded, be careful, I feel like something is off here. Shin also reminded Tianchen, Zua Tianchen, you be careful too. Tianchen spoke up, wait a minute. Li Wooey didn't listen to him, wait for what? Hurry up and get inside. Tianchen analyzed, there's someone lying in wait at the third floor window, and 3 others are at the 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock positions. Additionally, there are 3 more in the restroom at the 10 o'clock direction. We're surrounded. A gunshot almost hit Wooey. Luckily, Tianchen quickly pushed him away, and the bullet only grazed past. Tianchen looked up at the shooter angrily. Seeing him holding a gun on the 3rd floor, he grabbed a stick, bent down to gain momentum, and threw it with a swift motion. The stick pierced straight into the shooter's face, killing him instantly as he fell from the 3rd floor to the ground. Shin and Li Wooey stood stunned, their eyes wide open and mouths agape. Li Wooey exclaimed, this kid is really strong. On the enemy's side, upon seeing one of their own get killed, their faces showed, and 3 armed men angrily stepped out. There were also 3 more armed men in the building, all heading toward Tianchen. He remained calm. Wow, quite a few people, huh? They aimed their guns at Tianchen, ready to shoot, firing at him. Tianchen quickly dodged, moving behind them. One of them panicked and shouted, where is he? Tianchen fought them hand to hand, disarming them and easily knocking them out. The enemies, terrified, retreated. The leader ordered, surround him quickly. But unfortunately, before any of the 3 could do anything, they were all hit by Tianchen's bullets. Tianchen finished off 2 more and left one alive. He pressed his head down, forcing him to kneel on the ground. The man, frightened, slowly backed away, stammering, I surrender. Tianchen told his teammates, tie him up. Wooey, still in disbelief, said, huh? All right. The chicken-headed brat was tied up and forced to kneel before Tianchen in a pitiful state. Tianchen said to him, I have 2 questions. The man, weak-hearted, immediately started confessing, I'll tell you everything. They are guarding the 5th floor, there are only 2 of them, no one else, really no one. Tianchen asked again, who are they? Who are they? The man finally realized his misunderstanding, aren't you here to rescue someone? Tianchen bent down to look at him, we're just passing through, but first answer me this, have you encountered any infected monsters or anything strange recently? He answered honestly, no, everything here is always very normal. The zombies were exterminated by us from the very beginning. Tianchen turned his head to look at the building, sensing something was off, that's not right. When I first arrived, I felt a very strong pressure, at least at level 2. Seeing the fearful look in the chicken-headed man's eyes, he thought to himself, this guy probably wouldn't dare to lie to me. Looks like the infected monsters are being hidden in the shadows. Tianchen wanted to enter the building. Before leaving, he entrusted the enemy to Wooey's group. Shin and Wooey seemed to take him very seriously now, alright, you can rest assured. Tianchen held his staff and walked toward the building. As he climbed the stairs, Tianchen sighed, the energy feels weaker here, it seems like the zombies aren't in this direction. Suddenly, he heard a shrill scream, ah, help me. 2 perverts were attempting to assault a girl. They smiled with lewd faces and said, you're here, don't worry. From now on, we'll make sure you have plenty to eat and drink. We'll treat you really well. In response to the girl's scream, "Let me go, you beasts!" One man held her hand and caressed her lower part, while the other one stroked her back. She cried and pleaded with those around her, "Please save me. I beg you." One of them, groping around, turned to ask the others nearby, "Do any of you want to help her get out of this?" They were all too frightened to say anything, afraid for their own lives. He sneered, "Humph. Useless." He turned to the girl, caressed her face, and then smiled perversely, "Beautiful, your body and heart now belong to me. No one will save you." Ha 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 ha. One of the others bravely stood up, Stop it." The two men were furious that he had ruined their fun. "Ha!" The two men sitting next to the one who had spoken urged him to stop. "Sit down, don't provoke them. What's wrong with you? Do you want to get us all killed?" But he still held his ground, standing up firmly. The man next to him, fearing for his own safety, shouted, "Sit down for me. I still want to live another 2 years, don't drag me into this." The man turned to reason with him, "Zhao Lin, we are classmates. How can you be so heartless and watch them bully her like this? If you give in now, the next ones will be us." The two men watched them argue and clapped their hands, laughing mockingly, "Haha, are you having internal conflicts now? Truly a bunch of ignorant animals." The girl, tears welling up in her eyes, looked at the group. The guy who had spoken earlier showed no fear, his tone full of challenge, "If you're so good, then shoot. Go ahead, shoot all of us. Who's afraid of you?" He didn't say much, just fired a shot straight into his stomach. Holding the gun with a satisfied grin, the man watched as the other guy, in pain, could only collapse to the floor, curling up. But the shooter wasn't done, he stepped on the guy's head and pressed it down with a thud. His face was cold and terrifying. "You arrogant little brat wanted to be a hero and save the damsel, huh? If I didn't want to spoil the fun, you'd already be dead by now." He looked at the two people sitting next to the injured guy and asked, "Anyone else want to play hero?" They trembled and raised their hands in surrender. "No, even if you gave us 10 times the courage, we wouldn't dare." With a smug smile, he turned away, "Then I'll enjoy this myself." He threw her over his shoulder, and she continued to struggle, shouting, "Let me go." He coaxed her, "Look at them, let's change locations for convenience." Ha ha. The other man gave a lustful glance, "When you're done, pass her to me." Ha ha. She kept trying to resist, "Let me go." At that moment, Tian Shen appeared, "Hey." He pointed his baton directly at the faces of the shameless people, "Let her go." The man missed his chance, and he angrily retorted, "Who the hell are you?" With tears in her eyes, she recognized him, Zhua Tian Shen. Her tears streamed down her cheeks as she asked, "Zhua Tian Shen, why are you here?" A few of her old classmates were also surprised to see him. "Zhua Tian Shen?" The thugs, seeing that Tian Shen was unarmed and alone, sneered, "You bastard, are you trying to be a hero and save the damsel in distress? You think just one metal baton can stop me?" He pointed at the blonde guy who was lying on the ground, clutching his injured leg as an example. "Look at him and learn, this is the result of trying to show off." His teammates, sensing something was wrong, stopped him. "Wait a minute, don't you notice something strange? Didn't we have a lot of people guarding the area outside? How did this brat get in here?" Tian Shen's face darkened as he said nothing more. "I'll say it again, let her go." The thug pulled out a gun to reassure his teammates, "Don't worry, this kid just sneaked in. The gunshots outside were just a smokescreen." He raised the gun and pointed it at Tian Shen. "You little punk, if you die, it's because you underestimated your opponent. We have guns, and this is one of them." Tian Shen did not say much, immediately delivering a powerful kick to the man. The lecherous man was seriously injured. The force of Tian Shen's kick was so strong that it sent him crashing through the glass door. His teammates, witnessing Tian Shen's strength, then took the girl as a hostage. The man pressed a gun to Zhao Lin's head, threatening, "You." Tian Shen remained unperturbed, throwing his baton directly at him. The girl was safe, and the lecherous man was knocked to the ground by the baton. She was still trembling, her clothes torn by the assailants. She hugged her chest and sat down on the ground. Tianchen returned to his stance, then moved over to the man who had just been hit with the baton, took his jacket, and walked back to the girl, handing it to her. Tianchen told her, "Hurry up and put it on." She put the jacket on and followed Tianchen, thanking him, Thank you." Tianchen coldly replied, "No need for thanks." The two of them then approached the person who had courageously stood up to protect Zhao Lin. He was still shaking. She supported him from behind, while Tianchen bandaged his leg, reminding him, "Don't move." "Do you want to lose your leg?" While tending to the wound, Tianchen asked, "Why are you guys here? Wasn't everyone supposed to be on the school bus?" She immediately recounted, "There was someone on the bus who was turned into a monster, and then the bus had an accident. We scattered in all directions, and eventually, I ended up here." Tianchen thought to himself, "If I remember correctly, several people here, including Qian Shen, died in the car accident." He asked further, "Is there anyone else still alive besides the people here?" She replied, "Duan Chu Ro is still alive, but we got separated." Tianchen was surprised, "Really? That woman Duan Chu Ro is still alive?" He thought, "It seems like the timeline has been altered, probably because I was reborn." A person approached and called out to him, "Zhua Tianchen. Long time no see, do you remember me?" Tianchen recognized him as Zhao Lin. Zhao Lin smiled warmly, pretending, "What a coincidence, it's fate that we meet here again." Tianchen didn't like him at all and thought, "This guy hasn't died yet?" Zhao Lin complimented him, "Your strength has improved quite a lot." Tianchen recalled the crimes of this person in his previous life. If it weren't for him, Gao Fei wouldn't have been injured and wouldn't have died. Seeing Tianchen silent and not engaging in conversation, Zhao Lin changed his tone and angrily asked, "What's with that attitude?" Tianchen turned away without paying any attention. "I just find it strange that someone like you is still alive." Zhao Lin, hearing this, grew even more enraged. "What do you mean by that?" Tianchen casually picked up his pack of cigarettes and lighter. "It's simple, it doesn't really mean anything. I was just passing through. Since you're doing well now, you go your way, I'll go mine." He clearly showed his attitude because Tianchen thought, "So what if we were classmates? He doesn't even consider me a friend, there's no need to waste time on him." But Zhao Lin stopped him. "Wait a minute." Seeing how strong Tianchen was, he wanted to get closer. "Zhua Tianchen, haven't we just met? Sit down for a bit, let's chat." Tianchen coldly replied, "Are we close?" Zhao Lin then slung his arm around him, trying to act friendly, but was rejected by Tianchen. "I told you, I was just passing by, saw something happen, so I stepped in. From now on, you go your way, I'll go mine." Yet the guy stubbornly put his arm around Tianchen again, laughing loudly. "We're classmates, why are you saying that?" "Ha ha." Tianchen, with a menacing look, told him, "You should let me go." Seeing that Tianchen was determined, Zhao Lin was displeased. "Huh?" Tianchen immediately pulled his hand away from Zhao Lin. Zhao Lin realized that he couldn't use the familiar tactic anymore, so he directly proposed the deal. "Zhua Tianchen, you're really powerful. How about you stay here, and we make a deal? What do you think?" In his mind, he was thinking, "Damn it, this bastard Zhua Tianchen dares to act like this with me?" Tianchen, upon hearing this, was also curious about the deal Zhao Lin wanted to propose. He asked back, "A deal? What kind of deal do you want to make?" Zhao Lin then set the terms. "As long as you escort me safely to find my father in Longhua City, I will tell my father to pay you 500,000 when the time comes. What do you think?" Tianchen lit a cigarette and repeated, 500,000, huh? The man awkwardly smiled and asked, "Is that too little? How about 5 million? In his heart, he was feeling resentful. Zhua Tianchen, in this city, my family's background has some power. As long as you stay here, let's see how I deal with you when the time comes." Tianchen exhaled a puff of smoke and calmly said, "Foolish." Zhao Lin, seeing that Tianchen was dismissing the money, froze in confusion. "What? At his breaking point, Zhao Lin shouted angrily, "Damn it, Zhuo Tianchen, don't get too carried away. You're just a worthless bastard with no father. What gives you the right to act like this? Cursing me? Take a good look at yourself." Tianchen reached his limit and delivered a spectacular knockout to Zhao Lin. He spat out blood, lying in pain on the ground, as Tianchen continued to drag him by the neck. With a bloodshot face, he said, "The thing I hate most in this world is anyone who dares to touch my father." He couldn't breathe, so he opened his mouth and begged, "Tianchen, let me go." But Tianchen was unwilling to relent. At that moment, their old classmate rushed over to stop him, saying, "Zhuo Tianchen, let him go now. If this continues, someone might die." The girl also spoke up in Zhao Lin's defense. "Zhao Lin's personality has always been like this. Zhuo Tianchen, you should know that." She then told Zhao Lin, apologize to Zhuo Tianchen right now. In pain, with tears and saliva flowing, he weakly said, I'm sorry. Tianchen released him, and he fell to the ground with a thud. Tianchen added, "Since we're classmates, I'll let you off this time, but next time, don't provoke me." He replied fearfully, "I understand." Tianchen turned and walked away, while Zhao Lin, still kneeling, coughed and tried to regain his composure. The girl called out to him, "Zhuo Tianchen, I need to ask you for help. There are so few of us, and if things keep going like this, we'll be left with no choice but to wait for death." Tianchen turned back to look at them, and his classmates gazed at him with a pitiful look. Tianchen reluctantly agreed, "All right, I will take you to Longhua City, and once we get there, we'll part ways." The girl thanked him cheerfully, "Thank you, Zhuo Tianchen." Zhao Lin looked at Tianchen with sympathy. Xin and Li Wuyi were sitting by the fire. When they saw Tianchen and his old friends walking out, Xin was surprised. "Zhuo Tianchen?" She asked, "Who are they?" Tianchen replied, "I know them, they are my acquaintances. I think they were captured and held here by those guys. Now they are saved." She immediately instructed the younger ones, "Prepare more food." Tianchen scratched his head, feeling embarrassed, "I'm so sorry to trouble you again. Would you mind taking them across the river to Longhua City?" She agreed without hesitation, "No problem." Li Wuyi, having witnessed Tianchen's strength, immediately changed his attitude. He cheerfully said, "Tianchen, I truly was blind to not recognize how impressive you were earlier. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me." Tianchen, being generous, replied, "Don't worry, I don't usually pay attention to things like that." Li Wuyi was overjoyed, "That's great. Zhuo Tianchen is indeed magnanimous." Tianchen thought, this Li Wuyi, although his speech is rough, is basically not a bad person. Li Wuyi immediately patted his shoulder, "Hee, from now on, Li Wuyi and you are friends." "Ha, Lao Hei, bring me some good wine, I definitely want to drink a few cups with Zhuo brother." Li Wuyi asked Zhuo Tianchen, "Who are these kids to you?" "Our camp has some rules, which is that we don't allow outsiders to eat or drink anything." Tianchen then asked Li Wuyi, "You can say we know each other, but don't worry, when they arrive in Longhua City, if you want to chase them away or keep them, it's up to you." Wuyi asked Tianchen again, "You really don't want to come to our camp? The commander and the brothers there will definitely like you." Xiaoxian still declined, "I'm afraid I can't. I have some things to do." Wuyi still sincerely wanted to invite Tianchen to his camp, so he punched and massaged his shoulders. "Everyone has their own goal in life, when you get to the countryside, I hope you'll change your mind." Ha ha. Then, he quickly turned his face and intimidated Tianchen's friends, "Listen up carefully. I'm letting you join this group because of Zhuo Tianchen. You'd better work in the next 2 days, my camp doesn't tolerate lazy people. Anyone who has an opinion, I'll kick them out. After eating, pack your stuff and get on the truck, tomorrow we'll head to Longhua." Tianchen fully understood Li Wuyi's personality, so he calmly sat and drank tea. At night, he meditated alone, and numerous intricate patterns blossomed on his hands. Once he finished, he let out a sigh of relief. Tianchen stretched and said, "Since reaching level 2, my cultivation speed has been slowing down. If nothing changes and I continue at this pace, it will take about a year for me to break through to level 3. My original plan was to take Gao Fei and Luo Brat to the districts around Chu province to gather resources. Once they reach level 2, there will definitely be much more work to do. Zhang Jinyu as well, he lost a hand here in Longhua, and it seems there's some connection to Hongyi. I met Xian in Chu province on June 18th. Chu province and Longhua are not too far from each other. I have already reincarnated, so I just need to resolve everything and then look for Xian in Chu province. He recalled in his past life, Xian and I were chased by a horde of zombies, 100,000 of them. If we made even the slightest mistake, we would certainly lose our lives. Even now, I'm not sure I can handle that situation. Even if I break through to level 3 in a short time, if I head to Chu district alone without Gao Fei and Luo Brat's help, it would still be very risky. Speaking of which, I wonder how those two are doing now. A strong gust of wind blew past him. Tian Shen became alert to this sensation, scanning the desolate forest around him. Something's not right. He focused his eyes and then closed them to heighten his awareness. As Tian Shen concentrated, he immediately realized it was the second level. He looked toward the tall building. Damn it, this is bad. Inside the building, the girl was working alongside others to clean up. Zhao Lin, irritated, muttered, damn it, this is really unlucky. Zhao Lin approached to check on Xian, who had injured her leg while trying to save her. How's your leg? Xian, leaning on a cane, replied, oh, it's getting a bit better. Zhao Lin teased, humph, getting injured is so nice, isn't it? No need to do any manual labor. The girl, seeing his rudeness, snapped, what did you just say? Zhao Lin retorted, who told you to try to be a hero for a beautiful woman? He leaned in closer to Xian, provoking her, you really love to show off, huh? Must feel great. You should be grateful for that injured leg. You lose one leg, but gain a great beauty sounds like a fair trade. While Zhao Lin was busy mocking her, Xian, not looking ahead, bumped into Li Wuyi with a thud. Li Wuyi immediately scolded him, kid, what do you think you're doing? He, with a mischievous expression, responded, no, it's nothing. It's just that they're lazy and not doing their work, so I just reminded them a little. Li Wuyi, with authority, scolded him, whether they're lazy or not doing their work, I believe I can handle it myself. Do I need a kid like you to report on it? Hearing this, he became terrified and quickly ran off, saying, it's just a misunderstanding, just a misunderstanding. Ha ha. Li Wuyi looked down on such a person, a useless man who only knows how to bully the weak. He then reassured the two others, for people like him, you don't need to use wisdom to deal with violence. The girl thanked him. Li Wuyi even patted Xian's shoulder, praising him, kid, I've heard about your achievements. You dare to stand up for women. You're a real man. He trusted him with a gun, I'm giving you a mission. You take charge here while I go get some rest. After running outside, Zhao Lin sneered at the place, what? Humph, just wait until we get to Longhua, and you'll see how I deal with all of you. A strong gust of wind blew towards him, causing him to squint his eyes. When the wind passed, he opened his eyes and saw a figure in the distance. He immediately asked, who's there? The monster approached with heavy steps. Zhao Lin, seeing it, was filled with utter fear. The towering creature continued forward, and he screamed in terror, don't come any closer. The monster exhaled a thick cloud of smoke directly into his face. Zhao Lin, terrified, threw a bag of water at the creature. The monster merely swiped its hand, and the bottles of water scattered, spilling everywhere. Zhao Lin had no choice but to run as if chased by a ghost. Spotting someone ahead, he pushed through, shouting loudly, damn it, don't block the way. Another person quickly followed Zhao Lin, but only Xian, who had injured his leg, fell heavily to the ground. The monster was now dangerously close to him. In Xian's eyes, the monster's claws were reaching out, ready to strike. But suddenly, a bullet hit the monster's temple, causing it to stop. It was his classmate who had fired the shot. She called out to Xian. Her eyes, shimmering with tears, spoke volumes. Xian, run. I'll hold it back. She continued firing, and the monster, struck by the bullets, remained frozen in place. But the gun was now out of ammo. Zhao Lin clutched the weapon, trembling. She was terrified as she watched the monster approaching her. Its sharp claws were ready to reach her, the prey. But at that moment, Xian used his stick to strike the monster, causing it to turn around. Xian said to her, "Don't joke around, how could I leave a woman to fight this monster alone?" She still urged him, "Xian, hurry up and go." The monster turned and attacked, causing Xian to cough up blood. He collapsed onto the ground. The monster glared at him, but instead of attacking him again, it shifted its attention to the girl. Xian, summoning all his strength, pushed himself up from the ground. He grabbed the monster's arm, while still telling her, "Go quickly." But the monster only needed one hand to throw him back to the ground. In a fit of rage, it prepared to use both of its sharp claws to strike. A loud explosion occurred right there. The spot where the monster had just scratched was nothing but shattered rocks, and Xian had vanished. It angrily scanned the area, searching. It turned out that Zhuo Tianshan had arrived in time to rescue Xian. He was supporting Xian as he stood beside her. Tianshan handed Xian over to her. "You take him and run, leave this monster to me." She worriedly asked, "What about you?" The monster was charging toward Tianshan. He stared at it with sharp eyes. Tianshan landed a fatal kick to its stomach. She was incredibly surprised by Tianshan's strength. Tianshan said to her, "Hurry up, leave it to me." The monster attacked Tianshan with its claws, but he jumped to dodge, leaving only the ground beneath them shattered. Looking at the monster, Tianshan knew, this is the strongest evolution of a sharp claw monster below the third tier, and furthermore, this sharp claw monster has a lustful pupil. It seems there's a chance of it dropping a beast core of meteorite crystal. Since both of them have already left, there's no need to hide my strength anymore. Tianshan grabbed his staff and charged at the monster. The monster and he, one using claws, the other using a staff, clashed fiercely. Tianshan landed a powerful punch on its face. It turned to look at him with hatred, then retaliated with its claws. After that, the monster retreated, and Tianshan's staff had been snapped into several pieces. He thought, a weapon of this quality really isn't enough, I must find a better one soon. With no other choice, he decided to reveal his true strength. This situation left him no option but to use it. You used muscle enhancement, this is indeed a great opportunity. Taking advantage of this, let's test the limits of muscle enhancement. The two were ready to fight. The monster swiped with its claws, and you countered with a punch powered by muscle enhancement. Your punch landed on the monster's hand. You grabbed its muscular arm with both of your hands. Tianshan had climbed onto the monster's back, but it angrily threw him off. However, one of the arms he was holding onto detached from the monster's body. Damn it, are you kidding me? Tianshan was also surprised, however, a mere sharp claw monster won't be able to stop me now. Tianshan gathered his strength and jumped into the air, delivering a powerful, fatal punch from above. The monster collapsed to the ground, and the area where it fell shattered into debris. Tianshan deactivated muscle enhancement. This fight really took a lot of energy. With my current strength, I can only maintain this maximum enhanced state for 5 minutes. It was a bit challenging, but the reward is definitely worth it. From the monster's corpse, you retrieved a monster core. Almost all level 3 infected monsters drop a meteorite crystal monster core. For a level 2 sharp claw monster, this is a huge gain. Even though it's just a level 3 meteorite crystal, it will be very valuable. In my previous life, even for a level 3 evolver, it was highly needed. The girl earlier had found someone to help Tianshan. She and the others ran hurriedly. Hurry up, this is the place. Tianshan, beside the monster's corpse, looked at them. Everyone. The girl asked, Zhuo Tianshan, are you okay? Li Wui couldn't believe he could be so strong. I can't believe you defeated this monster. Tianshan stood up and replied, I'm fine. Wu Yi understood what had happened and immediately signaled to Qin Qin. Qin Qin nodded, understanding. She quickly pulled everyone back to the base. All right, everything's fine now. Let's all hurry back to the vehicles. When we reach Longhua City, I'll take you to the camp. Everyone was excited. Really? Li Wui waited until everyone had left before daring to ask Tianshan. Tianshan, I want to ask you something. Please don't take offense. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. Tianshan, sensing his hesitation, asked, What's the question? Wu Yi, curious, asked, Did you really defeat this monster? Tianshan didn't hide anything. Yes, I did. Is there a problem? Li Wui asked further, Do you have a strange tattoo on your body? Tianshan squinted and repeated, Tattoo? Do you mean the virus accumulation mark? Li Wui scratched his head, realizing, so it's called the accumulation seal? Does it appear on your body? Tianshan immediately extended his arm, which was covered in red seals, and asked, Do you mean this? Li Wui and Qin Qin gasped in surprise and replied, That's right, that's it. So you are an evolver. It's huge, really huge. Tianshan lowered his arm and clarified, What do you mean by huge? It's called the coverage ratio of the self-seal. The two of them chuckled, so that's what it's called. Looks like Brothers Wa here knows quite a bit about it. Tianshan asked again, temporarily setting aside the topic, How do the two of you know about it? Qin Qin quickly walked up to him and answered, Well, we've seen many strange monsters turn into zombies. Very few people can defeat them, and our team leader is one of them. Tianshan was puzzled, Your team leader? Qin Qin explained, That's right, our team leader was able to defeat 3 red-colored monsters. Tianshan recalled the appearance of that monster and asked, Was it the huge reddish-purple monster that can summon all the other ones to its location? Qin Qin confirmed, That's right. Looks like you've fought them before. Tianshan asked further, So when did your team leader fight those 3 monsters alone? Qin Qin replied, About a month ago. Tianshan exclaimed, Time flew by so quickly last month, so where is his virus cluster located? Qin Qin gestured with her hands, It's on his chest, and it has a shape that looks very much like a triangle. Tianshan pondered, A triangle on his chest? It seems like it's an offensive type of evolution. This person must be at peak level 1, or even level 2. With such a fast rate of evolution, he must be an extraordinary talent, a rare genius. Suddenly, he thought of something, Wait a minute. A triangle on his chest? He quickly grabbed both of Qin Qin's hands and asked loudly, What's your captain's name? Qin Qin blushed from being so close to Tianshan and replied, It's Hu Feng, is that a problem? Tianshan was surprised, Hu Feng. He then recognized the name, the one no evolver dares to offend, strong enough to take on thousands of zombies. Isn't he the level 5 evolver, the mighty emperor? Qin Qin, seeing him deep in thought, asked, Do you know our captain? He shook his head, No, I just think he's really impressive, definitely someone worth meeting. She happily asked, So, are you planning to come to our camp? Tianshan confirmed, I will definitely pay a visit. Li Wui saw that he had changed his mind and immediately joyfully patted his shoulder, That's great. Back when we fought the boss, it was always 10 against 1, but now with Brothers Wa joining in, he will definitely give him a lot of trouble. Tianshan thought, If that person is truly the Fist Emperor, then this meeting will definitely be worthwhile. 10 against 1? Isn't that too easy for him? From Qin Qin's walkie-talkie, someone reported, Qin Qin, there's trouble. A few people have come to the service station. She grabbed the walkie-talkie and asked, Who are they? The underling reported, It seems to be people from the Zhao family. Qin Qin looked worried, The Zhao family? Outside the service station, some troublemakers were shouting, All of you here, get out here right now. Li Wui asked, Who are those cannon fodders? Qin Qin recognized them as the dogs of the Zhao family. Tianshan was puzzled, The Zhao family? Li Wui then explained, Longhua City has always been a chaotic place, where powerful families fight for power with each other. When the Great Plague broke out, the areas far from the city center were less affected. Because of that, the major families thrived. But there is still covert fighting, including with Hufeng from our side and that Zhao family. And that Hongyi you mentioned is also a gang under Zhao family's control. Tianchen didn't understand, what's so formidable about the Zhao family's power? Xin replied, they are extremely powerful, not to mention the gangs under their command, but they also have 4 very capable evolvers. Of course, our team leader, Hufeng, is still stronger, but 4 against 1 is definitely not easy. Tianchen looked down at the field, thinking, 4 of them? Not bad. Perhaps after the apocalypse, Longhua will be the first place to recover. Even with the situation like this, the forces here shouldn't be underestimated. Li Wui spoke up, Zhua Tianchen, this is our business, you don't need to get involved. He went to handle it, the Zhao family might be strong, but no matter what, they still respect Hufeng 3 parts. The cars below the field began flashing their lights. Li Wui then asked, do the people from the Zhao family recognize me? They responded, aren't you Wui? Truly, your reputation is well deserved. Li Wui threatened them, don't change the subject. Our boss has his eyes on this place. If you know what's good for you, you'd better leave now. They weren't easy to deal with either, immediately retorting, what's going on? In this day and age, whoever has the power will control the territory. What if our boss is interested? If you know what's good for you, take your people and leave here. We'll spare Hufeng a little face and won't make things difficult for you. Li Wui sneered, you want me to leave? Just based on you guys? A red car door opened, and a person stepped out, speaking, if you don't leave soon, I'll really have to take action. Li Wui was surprised to recognize Han Li. Han Li pulled down his sunglasses and arrogantly smiled, long time no see, Li Wui. Li Wui asked him, Han Li, what are you doing here? He confidently replied, asking a needless question, of course, because this is the Zhao family's territory. Li Wui, angered, said, you want to expand your territory? Hufeng will never agree to that. He laughed loudly, of course, I don't want to start a war with Hufeng, but I have a golden rule, anyone who stands in my way gets killed without mercy. Zhao Lin ran out from the service station, recognizing Han Li and calling out, Li brother? Han Li also recognized him, is it really Li brother? Zhao Lin joyfully embraced Han Li and asked, Li brother, where is my father now? Han Li looked at him with sympathy and inquired, your father has been busy searching for you these past few days. Tell me, who is the one responsible for this situation? Relying on Han Li, Zhao Lin smugly replied, as long as you're here, I'll definitely get my revenge. Li Wui, witnessing this, was surprised, oh, I didn't expect that little brat to be the son of Zhao Yun. Han Li, with his hands in his pockets, declared loudly, listen here, since you've helped little Lin these past few days, consider it as a favor to the Zhao family. Now we will return to report to the boss, and this place is yours to handle. Li Wui let out a sigh of relief, phew. However, Han Li still had one condition, but before we leave, we'll take care of a few personal matters first. Li Wui was puzzled, matters? Han Li, panting heavily, shouted, that damn dog Zhua Tianchen, get out here now. Han Li and his men are here to cause trouble, hurry up and call Zhua Tianchen out to talk to me. Li Wui blocked his path, Han Li, don't be reckless. Zhua Tianchen is an honored guest at our camp. Han Li openly sneered, so what if you're a distinguished guest? Even if Hufeng, the big boss, were here today, he couldn't save you. Tianchen, you dog, get over here now. Do you want to act like a turtle hiding in its shell? Li Wui frowned and emphasized once more, Han Li, are you trying to pick a fight with me? Han Li's eyes suddenly turned bloodshot, his face full of confidence, yes, I am trying to pick a fight. Who dares to stop me? He began to take off his outer jacket, let me show you something. Li Wui seemed to have noticed something on his body, and everyone was shocked, an evolver? You're an evolver? Xin, watching from outside, said, this is bad, now the Zhao family has 5 evolvers. Zhua Tianchen frowned, 5 first-tier evolvers with their current combat power. It's not impossible to fight them, but it won't be easy. It seems the Zhao family has some decent strength. Han Li arrogantly walked toward Li Wuyi. Do you think you can beat me now? Li Wuyi gritted his teeth, helpless, unable to do anything. Damn it. Little Lin asked Li brother, what exactly is an evolver? Han Li replied, just understand that Li brother, you are much stronger now, easily able to defeat all those people on your own. Little Lin exclaimed, then what are you waiting for? I've long been fed up with these people. Han Li waved his hand, don't be in a hurry. Didn't you see the beauties upstairs? We need to maintain some dignity. Little Lin suddenly looked worried, perhaps still afraid of what happened last time when he was beaten. Li brother, if you say you can take them all on alone, then why bother with dignity? Just beat them all, keep the women, and we can enjoy ourselves afterward. Han Li grinned, good, good, looks like Little Lin, you've become a lot smarter. Now, we are the ones in power. I want each of them to kneel down and apologize to me, so they can see the power of Zhao Lin. Li Wuyi turned around and saw Zhuo Tianchen right behind him. He asked, Zhuo brother, why are you here? Zhuo Tianchen stepped forward, Li Wuyi, from now on, let me handle this. Han Li arrogantly said, you son of a bitch, you've got some nerve, daring to provoke someone from the Zhao family and still show your face. Little Lin laughed, feeling extremely arrogant at that moment. Didn't I tell you earlier? The Zhao family and my father are very powerful here in Longhua. Right, how would a fatherless brat like you understand, huh? Tianchen glared in anger, and Little Lin turned pale, fearfully retreating. What are you staring at? With Li brother here, you're nothing but trash. Li Wuyi cursed, damn it, has the Zhao family lost their conscience? Have you forgotten that Zhuo Tianchen saved your life? Little Lin still spoke defiantly, so what if he saved me? Who told him to humiliate me? And you guys, daring to make me work and curse me, all of you will die. Han Li sneered, conscience, huh? You did save Little Lin, and indeed the Zhao family owes you a debt of gratitude. However, since you've offended the Zhao family, you're definitely dead. Of course, once you've crossed the Zhao family, don't expect to survive. But if you cut off one arm, and then kneel to apologize to me, it's like nothing ever happened. Of course, you must also hand over the women upstairs to me as compensation. Qin Qin angrily cursed him, shameless. Li Wuyi was furious, Han Li, don't push me too far. Little Lin blocked him. Li Wuyi waited, agitated, I can still handle this. Han Li sneered, handle it how? With just this little brat? Little Lin whispered, Li brother, you should be cautious of Zhuo Tianchen, he knows a bit of martial arts. Han Li asked him back, huh? You still don't trust my strength? Little Lin shook his head, no, of course, I have no doubt about Li brother's strength. Han Li was satisfied, good, then let me show you something. Everyone, watch closely, I'm going to teach this arrogant brat a lesson. Li Wuyi warned Zhuo Tianchen, you should be more careful. Han Li is not an easy opponent. Han Li was originally an underground boxer, and he had been the champion for many years. Tianchen asked, an underground boxer? Li Wuyi explained, actually, Longhua City has an underground betting ring, run by the Zhao family, and Han Li is one of their trump cards. He's skilled in Muay Thai and is known for his devastatingly fast punches, often called the unnamed steel fist. Zhuo Tianchen turned back to stare at him, is that so? You little brat, I'll give you one last chance to kneel and beg me. If not, I'll make my move. Just so you know, my punches don't have eyes. Zhuo Tianchen took out a cigarette, lit it, and then leisurely took a drag. Han Li was furious, damn it, how dare he insult me like this? He charged at Zhuo Tianchen. Zhuo Tianchen frowned, flicked his wrist, and in an instant, everyone in the room gasped, even the women on the observation floor were shocked. Little Lin and his subordinates turned pale when they saw it. Zhuo Tianchen retracted his hand, and Han Li's eyes widened in disbelief, not expecting that Zhuo Tianchen could punch right through him. With a thud, Han Li collapsed backwards, blood gushing out. Li Wuyi couldn't believe his eyes, one punch took down Han Li? Little Lin shook his head, how could this be? This is too overpowered, it's beyond comprehension. Zhuo Tianchen turned his head sharply to look at him, and he trembled. Damn it, give me the gun. You, stay back or I'll shoot. Zhuo Tianchen's face darkened as he prepared to deal with him. Just then, Han Li regained consciousness, grabbed Tianchen's leg tightly. Stop. Little Lin and everyone else widened their eyes, and Zhuo Tianchen was stunned. He's still alive? Han Li stood up, still bearing large wounds on his body. You brat, it's not over yet. Han Li had managed to stand up. Little Lin was overjoyed. Li brother. Li Wuyi thought to himself, this is beyond outrageous. Could this be the power of the evolvers? One person punches through another with his bare hands, while the other still lives even after being severely wounded. The wound on Han Li started to heal. You brat are really arrogant. What do you think? This is the ability I gained after evolving Super Restoration. You're the first one to force me to use it. Zhuo Tianchen remained indifferent. Well, I must admit, that's quite a surprise. With such an ability, now I understand why you've been so arrogant. Han Li smiled, thinking, at least you have some perception, but inside, he was worried. Humph, this bastard is really strong. Looks like he won't be easy to deal with. If I didn't have Super Restoration, I'd be dead by now. I was too careless, giving him the chance to succeed. Moreover, with such power, he must be an evolver too. Even though I've shown him my trump card, I still don't know his ability. I have to be more cautious. Han Li gradually walked forward, then passed by Zhuo Tianchen and headed towards Little Lin. Little Lin, concerned, asked, Li brother, what's going on? Han Li reassured, Little Lin, there are some things that are not convenient to say right now. Once we get you home, we'll talk. In his mind, he thought, this kid, I don't know where he came from. I need to report this to the boss as soon as possible. From now on, Hu Feng's power will rise a level. There are now 2 evolvers, and that guy might even be as strong as Hu Feng. With my current strength, unless I use that ultimate technique, maybe I still have a chance to win. He picked up his coat and said, Zhuo Tianchen, I've got to give you credit. For making me end up like this, I'd say you've got some skills. After all, both of us are evolvers, and fighting each other can only cause harm, not benefit. So, I'll let this go. This place is yours now. I still have a few things to take care of, so it's not convenient to fight. In his heart, he was plotting, now is the best time not to act recklessly. He and I are both evolvers. Moreover, if he knows about my ability, he probably won't dare to make a move. Plus, I can't let my men lose face. He then turned and grabbed Little Lin's hand. Little Lin, let's go now. Little Lin, angry, replied, didn't you say he has to cut off one of his hands? Han Li tensed up, damn it, what nonsense are you talking about? Little Lin remained incredibly arrogant, we have more people, so why should we be afraid? Han Li leaned toward him, shit, shut up. Zhuo Tianchen glared, who said I would let you go? Han Li cursed, brother, can you stop making things difficult for us? Just give me a little face today, and we'll pretend this never happened. If not, things won't end well for both of us. Zhuo Tianchen didn't even acknowledge his threat. Han Li gritted his teeth, you, Zhuo Tianchen, are looking down on Zhao Lin. I've already let you off once. Let's see if you'll live to see the next time. I'll never give you a second chance, get ready to pay the price. Little Lin still retorted arrogantly, Zhuo Tianchen, don't be so smug. Han Li stood in front of him, Zhuo Tianchen, Little Lin is the only son of Zhao Yun. Offending the Zhao family is not wise. Apologize to him, and we'll pretend this never happened. He muttered to himself, cursing, this little bastard has made me end up like this. But Zhuo Tianchen ignored the threat, shut up. Han Li was furious, who the hell are you to curse at me? Don't push me too far. But before he could speak his second word, Zhuo Tianchen flashed past him. It was too fast, and then he punched Han Li, sending him flying far away, crashing to the ground with a loud thud. At this moment, Little Lin was unable to steady himself. He collapsed, his whole body trembling. Why you, what do you want to do? Tianxian strode forward fiercely. I'm not beating you because of any friendship, but because I don't want to soil my hands on a dog. However, this dog chose to act recklessly in front of me, so I have no choice but to kill it. Little Lin threatened, if you dare touch me, my father will never forgive you. Tianxian grabbed his throat with a firm grip, lifting him up. So if I don't know you, will your father spare me? Little Lin's face darkened, then he turned and ordered his subordinates, why aren't you all attacking him? Although the subordinates approached, their faces turned grim, and none of them dared to take action. Hanli got up, witnessing the scene with tears in his eyes. Don't look down on others. We're all evolvers, can't we discuss things? Why must it be an all-out confrontation? Zhuo Tianxian turned his head. That doesn't sound bad, so this will be easy to resolve. Hanli's eyes had become wild at this moment. The thing I hate the most in this world is a brat like you, arrogant and self-satisfied. Let me teach you a lesson. Ha ha ha. Then, he increased his own power. Zhuo Tianxian said, you said it yourself. Fine, then let go of little Lin. Since you said it like that, I'll make sure to get serious. Hanli took a stance, don't be arrogant. Let's see if I can hit you so hard your mother wouldn't recognize you. He launched a powerful blow, kicking towards Zhuo Tianxian, then elbowing with his foot straight into his stomach. He kept punching and kicking, each strike Zhuo Tianxian was able to block. Hanli then delivered one final kick. Haha, how does it feel? When I drop my defense and focus entirely on offense, as long as you make one mistake, I'm sure of my victory. In an instant, Zhuo Tianxian caught his punch, rendering him immobile. His other foot, which Hanli was about to strike with, was also seized by Tianxian. At this moment, both of Hanli's hands were tightly locked. You want to land continuous strikes? In your dreams, I want to see who is going to get beaten here. Seeing that Tianxian's hands were covered in strange accumulated energy, he asked, is your accumulation point in your hands? Both of them tried to control each other. Hanli laughed, no matter what, it's useless. As long as I have super recovery, no matter how strong you are, you won't be able to kill me. Unexpectedly, Tianxian was powerful, his hands rotating back and forth. Hanli gritted his teeth, damn it, why is this kid so strong? What are you trying to do? Tianxian continued to apply more force. The bones in Hanli's hand began to crack and eventually shattered completely. He stared wide-eyed, screaming in pain, my hand, damn it. Tianxian turned and walked away, you have no chance against me. Get lost. Hanli, unable to contain his anger, cursed, fuck, how did it come to this? Hu Feng was already tough to deal with, and now there's this kid. Zhuo Tianxian, I'm not giving up yet. At this moment, his pressure points were fully activated. Have you fully stimulated the pressure points? Hanli stood up as if he had never been injured. This is all the strength I used to deal with Hu Feng. Tianxian thought, he has used too much energy to heal the wound on his chest. Since he hasn't practiced breathing techniques, he had to put in extra effort just to activate the complete pressure point technique. Deaf people are not afraid of guns. Hanli arrogantly said, it seems you still don't know the true power of these seals. Ha ha ha. Immediately, Hanli's entire body seemed to evaporate, and a powerful force spread throughout his body. Tianxian agreed with himself, as expected. At this moment, Hanli had lost control, he was regenerating. Tianxian mocked, you don't have much strength left to control the virus, why force your body to do something it can't? Hanli's eyes widened, his pupils turned blood red, and in the end, he collapsed, unable to endure any longer.